Okay, we're going to answer some questions today about some sources. The first source is this one, which is obviously quite an interesting source. So we need to think about a few things. The question you're going to be asked is this one. What you can infer from the source below about working in factories during the 19th century. So we know that's when the Industrial Revolution was. We know the word infer means work out. What can you work out from looking at this source about what it was like to work in those factories? Well, maybe about who was working in the factories would be another question. What it was like, who was working there. And if we look at the picture, well, we can work out quite a lot of things. I think we can work out what the factory is doing. And then maybe more importantly for our questions, we can look at the two people doing the work and we can obviously work out who they are. And we can maybe think about the ages of the people that are there. And this would help us to make some inference about what the factories were like then, which is obviously different from our factories now. And then if we look at the person at the front, obviously there's some quite interesting things about what they are wearing, I think. And if we think about a modern factory, what would people be wearing in a modern factory, hopefully? And what obviously is that person wearing there? That's maybe interesting when we think about what it was actually like to work in a factory at that time. Maybe also think about what the issues might be if you were in a factory dressed like that person in the front. Okay, so once you've worked out what the picture's like, you've got this question. What can I give two things you can infer from the source below about working in factories. So what can you work out? For example, what can you tell us about the people that work in the factories? And then what detail tells you that? What can you see in the picture that tells you about the ages of people that work in the factories? And then I can infer, and the details in the source that tell me this. Again, maybe what can you infer about health and safety? What kind of safety precautions did they have then? Maybe thinking about comparing that with now. And then what details can you see in the source that help you work that out?